Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Well, my name is Jade, and this is the Rant. And today we're going to be talking about film scoring, something I know absolutely zero about, but I have been making a film for the last few years. That means shit. Hello, and welcome to the show. My name is this here, and this is the Rant, and of course I hope you're doing okay. Yeah, all right, what's happening? It is the Rant. Do this each and every Monday morning here in Australia, Sunday for the rest of you outside of Australia, and normally it's a rant, and sometimes it's instructional, sometimes I'm learning something myself, who knows? It's just a space. That's what this rant is. It's just a place to go where you can say things, and that's fun. So the point of this is recently I've been told that I cannot sing for a little bit, so I've been trying to focus my energy onto some other things away from music, but still music adjacent. And as I said just a few moments ago, I have actually been working on a film since about 2017. I think the production started 2017, 2016, started writing the script for this thing. It's a huge script. It's a complicated script. But it's a story that is pretty relevant to what's going on now. It's a story about people coming together to build a supercomputer that controls the whole internet. And, well, shit doesn't go too well for everybody, let's just say. And it's kind of tied in. It's the story this script that I've been writing and putting together in a film is pretty much an idea from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and Terminator 2. I know, two completely different films. One's a comedy, one's an end of the world kind of disaster film, but they all kind of come out. So the premise of the thing was the premise. Let's just break down the premise nice and simply with this film here. Is that think of the scene from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy where they build a supercomputer to try and give them the answer to life, the universe, and everything. And it comes back and gives them the answer. If you've seen the film, it gives them the answer 42. After millions of years of calculating, the answer is 42. But the real question is, anyway, if you've seen the film, you know. But so in this instance of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, when the answer is 42, it's actually not the number, and people misinterpreted it. It was a warning to be fearful of T2. Be wary for T2. Because the Terminators are going to come and they're going to kill you all. And that's pretty much where we are. It's happening, man. It's happening. Robots, people own robots in China, and they're doing shit like stacking clothes, and it's happening. Anyway, so I started writing this film called 4T2, and because I can't sing at the moment, I've been thinking, I think it's time we start finishing this and score this thing properly and get this thing going. But how, I tell you, how, pray tell, do I do it on a bloody iPad? Well, the whole film has been shot, created, animated, scored all already using the iPad. So that's a thing. But I want to do some more interesting scoring, and I want to score to the video. I want to play live to the video and capture moments and actually play a keyboard in. How do I do that? We're going to try and discuss those ways today, how to do that, and how to get involved in possibly scoring for other things. Because I don't know anything about it, and I want to know about this kind of world. Let's say hello to the folks who are here. Driven to Rights, come early. Thomas Christ, hello to you. Hugh Caldwell, Semtex Cal. You can do all these things that Thomas says here. It really does help in these trying times. Fat Panda Cat, g'day. What is going on? Hello, hello. All right, so I'm going to kick back for 6 minutes. I think 6 minutes. I'm going to play the intro to my movie, so you can get an idea of the aesthetic. We'll play another bit of it towards the end, and then I'm going to get in and show you this really cool app I found about an hour ago. That has changed my life for this particular thing that we're doing. So, as I said, the film is called The Answer is 42. I'm going to play you the opening credits and the first kind of scene of the movie. I'll set the scene. There's a guy driving. He's running away from something. He's driving fast. He runs over somebody. It creates all these memories, gives him a concussion, kills somebody, runs him over in the middle of the night. He's left there standing with a body at the end of his car, and this huge lightning strike happens and shit goes down. And that's setting the scene for the film. So I'll play the first opening scenes of this so you can kick back for a second, then I'll come back and we'll do a little bit of scoring. We'll look at some apps to do scoring. We'll find out some information from ChatGPT on how to get involved in scoring and how to look for things, because I don't know anything about this. And this film I've been making is the first film I've ever made, so it's pretty good. All right, let's play it. This is the opening credits of the film for 42. Alrighty. So there you go. So there's the opening scene of this film. So I've been working on this for a long time, and I see Cold Acres joined us. He said, "This is a blast from the past." Well, I have been actually working on this quite a fair bit. It's unfortunately working on a film like this is a lot harder than what I actually thought was going to be when I first started producing it in 2017. But I do have right now a kind of final mix of this. So it's not a final mix here. So this mix of it runs for about 42 minutes. Ironic, 42-minute film. And it's 42 is one of the main things. Anyway, there it is. But what I've been doing is working quietly on new scenes to replace old scenes, and currently utilizing some of my original footage with AI and stuff like that to get some stuff looking a whole lot better. Remember, all of this is handmade by me on my iPad. This is, not... It's pretty hard to make a film, I soon worked out. So there's that. Hi, Denise. What's going on? Good to see you. If I've missed anyone, I'm trying to keep up. Hi, Chris. I didn't verbalize you, Chris, but I did say hello in the chat. So, and adorable Anarchy, hello to you as well. So, what I've been wanting to do for the longest time is actually rescore a bunch of the parts. So, a lot of this was done so long ago, and the music doesn't fit parts. There's a whole scene in here. There's a whole scene in here with some spaceships and stuff. Let's see if I can find that. So the very next scene that you just saw from has a whole bunch of spaceships and stuff kind of floating by. Oh, there is some sound. There we go. So there is some sound actually to this. But I actually want to remake all the sound for this kind of scene here. The thing is with this film that I've been working on, whenever you see in the bottom corner, let me get out the way, this little fish down the bottom, that normally means there's a narration happening. So in all the clips, this fish pops up as a reminder for me that this is where narration needs to go. So I've put all these things in place to do this. G'day, Pete Johnson. I nearly just said, g'day, Party Pete. That's his name, everybody. It's just Party Pete. G'day, Pete. What's going on? Pete's up next with Your Music Live, and I'll dump you there. So, yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff in here that needs to be rescored. Absolutely. There's a scene in here, too, that Cold Acre would know this. So it was actually scored. I reached out to a band here in Australia called Mortal Sin, and they scored this. Anyway, so I reached out to a band, so they scored that bit. That bit's not all finished at the moment. But my dilemma has been, I want to rescore this, and I want to do it on my iPad properly. I want to have video playing while I'm scoring. How do I do this? Now, I know you can do this on desktop. You can do this, I'm pretty sure, in Logic on the desktop. I know you can do this in things like Pro Tools on desktop or Mac, whatever. I'm pretty sure you can do it in Cubase. But the iPad's a little bit of a different story. That's really hard to find something that does this. The only thing for the longest time that I could find that does this is a thing that I used to use, and I hate it now because I invested so much money into this app called Auria Pro. And for those of you who know, you know. Auria Pro, it was like this amazing thing that, like, yeah, look at this. It's like Pro Tools. This thing's amazing. And for the longest time, this was my DAW of choice. This is what I use because, man, look how cool it is. You've got all your tracks. It was the closest thing to Pro Tools that you could find on iOS. So there you go. Yeah, but the thing is, you can't, like, it has an audio, but can I import, like, that's the thing. Can I import AUV3s and play live? That's what it's got to be able to do. This, I can do that. Right, so I'd uninstalled this stupid program just here. I'd ripped this thing out, this Auria Pro, and last night I reinstalled it because I've spent so much money on this piece of shit. It just doesn't work anymore properly. But this still works. This feature works. So this was an in-app purchase, I think. If you come over to the store here, the Aurea store, you'll see it was an in-app purchase. It was like $10 or something to be able to do this. There it is. Add-ons. So this was the video import option. And yeah, when you hit play, oh, it's not doing it now. Oh, you got to go back to the start. So yeah, when you hit play up here, it plays. So if I'm putting out some sound, there we go, there's some sound in this clip. So I could then come in and load up a MIDI track down here, and I can play in along with this, and I can, so this will just loop and keep going and going. So to me, this was the closest thing I could find to be able to do this. But unfortunately, and look what it does even. So when you import the video, it splits the original sound down here. So you can see how long this goes. You could set this on a loop and then play in on a separate track in time to the video. But yeah, the problem is, again, this thing, Aurea. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time doing this thing, putting this thing all into action, and then all of a sudden Aurea crashes and I can't load the project ever again. That's not going to work. That's not what I need. I need something a bit more reliable for that. And that's when I was doing some searching only this morning, because I'd searched all yesterday and couldn't find anything to do this. Let me close out Aurea. And somehow, I think it was Jacob Hack, I found a video talking about this called AU Video Player for $6. Wow, would you look at that? Looks like you can import it into GarageBand. So what have we got? AU Video Player is a video, can be used in AUM, Cubase's, Beatmaker, Nano Studio 2, GarageBand, or Audio Bus 3. Brad example, what's going on? So, $6, huh? All right, I'll put down my $6. Let's see how it works, shall we? Does it work? I think it does, which is cool. So my place of poison to do this, which I think would be a lot easier for me, is something like AUM. And look at this. So all I've done up here is loaded an instance of AUV3 player, and over here you can select from the files or your Photos app. Nice one. So I've already gone ahead and selected, but we'll do it again. Scroll down. Let's go to, I think, go to recent. And yeah, here's my video file, so I can load this up. And there it is. Now you've got options here to set this to either sync or to repeat. So I've selected repeat, but then if I click sync, repeat's already been selected, so that gets locked in. So now if I come up to the top here and click play, it's going to play the video. And it should, when it gets to the end, come back around and keep playing. And I can resize this how I want. I can make it super small. I can make it super big. I can keep this out of the way and feel free to play along with this sucker. And it's just going to keep looping, and I can practice what I want to play in here, yeah? Along to this clip. So that makes life super fucking easy. And you can load from, as I said, you can load from the Photos app, you can load from the Files app. There is, there's some settings when you open this up as a standalone, but that's not how I want to use this. I want to use this completely as a, as just something to watch that stays in time. That's the most important thing with this. Now, I know this is a rant today that's not going to appeal to many people, because I know people don't want to make movies or score things, but I find this super interesting. I want to get into this. I've always wanted to score films and do stuff like this, so this is the perfect way to do it, it looks like, for me. Plus, what I can do is load in, say, something like Helium up here. Let's go Helium. And with Helium, I can actually record in MIDI notes, because this is a MIDI roll. And I can play along and set the tempo of this video. So I could actually come in here, set the length of this video, see how long it goes for. So it goes for about 20 seconds, this video. And I can come in and set a loop up here for, if I just do this, sync the clock up here, and you'll see what happens when we open the video as well. Let's get that, oops, not this one. We want the other video open, there we go. So I can see in real time how this video goes. Let's go back to the start. And when I hit play, I can see the meter here moving. So then once it gets to the end of the 20 seconds, I can lock in a loop. So I can just continually play in this. It may go a little bit longer. Get ready to stop. It's about there. So somewhere around there. So in here, I could set a loop point, go back to the start here, drag all the way to this point here and set a loop point. And now anything that I'm going to record in here, it's just going to keep looping back, and I can try and get this part right. So you can see, let's see what happens when we get to the end of this. And this is not the perfect way to do this, but it's a workaround. And iOS is full of fucking workarounds. That's the way we roll. Boom. So it didn't loop back there. But that's because we didn't have loop on. So you can see this moving now in time. It's going to get to the end. We can probably shorten this out a little bit. It's probably right on 11. Let's see where it stops. And boom, look at that. And we're back to the start. So I can now record into this. And the beautiful thing about this is even if I just record like a simple track, like let's try putting something in just to show you. So what I'm going to do is take away my keyboard from here. And I'm going to come over to Helium, plug this in, and I'm going to go into input and make sure my keyboard is connected. And the output of this is going into Soundbox. So I'm virtually playing the keyboard through this so it can record notes into the piano roll. And at the same time, I can still hear what's being played over here. So we can open up Helium, we can open up our video and see exactly what's going on. So if we hit record, let's see what happens. So it's just waiting for input now, and I can wait for this to loop around and just play, say, simple. I'm going to play something really simple for this first section. I'll give you an idea of what's happening here so you can see my fingers and stuff. Yeah. Hopefully it records. So I probably started that a little bit early, as you can see there. So I'll retake that. I can undo this take here, and we'll try and get it right on the money this time around. Are we good? Let's do it. Go back to the start. Sweet. So we've got these notes in here. You can see all these notes have been recorded. Let me just hit undo. Can I do that? No, let's hit redo. There we go. So our notes are back. So there's our chords. And you can see this one up here hasn't registered properly. I probably hit it a little bit late. So we're going to come in here, zoom in. But you get the idea. We can stretch that out. Now, this isn't the full chords I want to play, but what this has done has put in the program note. What was being moved tomorrow? All right. Well, there we go. No, looks like no YML. So now when I play this back, it's not perfect, but I can now move these around and get them into place. So there is that. We've got those in. Oops, undo that. Bring that last one in. And we'll see where the change happens, yeah? So if we come back. It's got to be round about here. It was. Right there. So we can drag these out now to a nice place. Get them out to about here. And then we're going to bring these notes. Can we go halfies? Halfies? Can we go? These will do for now, I think. But you get the, I've got multi-selected. Come back. There we go. So we'll just get these on this line at least. In fact, you get the idea. But what I can do now is play in the other parts. That's the most important thing. So I can play in over this. And we'll do that. Let's go back to the start. Let's go play. Now, this original sound had a whole bunch of explosions and stuff, but I've removed them just for this clip. But you can see how powerful that is. I really didn't expect to make it that easy using stuff like this. Hey, Camp G, mate, what's going on? I'm curious because basically, let me just jump out of here for a minute. We're going to just go to my files app. Hey, Dal, what's happening? Good to see you. So let me come over here to my recents. And I'm pretty sure one of these I saved. Let's just check. This is the one. All right. So I'm just going to come over here and reload this video. As I said, you can load these from your Files app or Photos. It's completely up to you. I think it was this one. So this one actually has sound, I think. Maybe it doesn't. If I try loading the one from the Photos app, will that work? Let's see. Possibly. Ah! So there's the sound effects added in that first scene. So this particular scene in the movie, these have been reshot recently, just to give you a bit of context here. So the scenes that you're looking at, these have all been, that's what I'm currently doing right now with this film, is going through and taking a lot of the old clips, rejigging them with all the skills I have now, because back when I started this film, I was really just learning as I went. So that's these scenes you've just been looking at me try to score. Right now, I'll show you the original scenes here. If I can find them. Here's the original scene of the soldiers marching through the city. So you can see quite a bit of difference compared to what you saw now with all the explosions. Just can we come back a little bit? I'll show you again. We'll see if we can.
Computers now have primary control of critical functions. Computers now have primary control of critical functions. Computers now have primary control of critical functions. Computers now have primary control.
Eventually, it'll happen.
Computers now have primary control of critical functions.
There it is. So, the actual other scene that you saw that I was just working on was these people running away with the robots kind of killing them. And that has come from this scene right here. That one. So you can see there's been a massive improvement from this piece of footage here compared to the other one. If we kick this back off and take it back to the start, there's a lot more going on. Explosions, smoke, a lot more effects happening. And with the robots as well. So you can see spaceships, buildings on fire, things exploding in the air. There's lots of little things happening in the background, smoke, puffs of smoke. And these things are important. Like, this is why this film has taken so long for me to try and put together, because you get a basic structure of everything, and then you have to go back and then add all the effects and all this, and then rethink the music, because as more is added to the video, the music doesn't fit anymore. This is what I'm learning. And as I said, I have no idea how to do any of this stuff, yeah? Absolutely nothing else. I don't have any skills at doing this. I'm just trying to learn. ChatGPT has, let's ask ChatGPT about this, because it seems to be a really hard industry to get into. Now, the other thing, the rant, I kind of want to go on. Let's do that now. Let's have the little rant. Let's do that. So we're at our halfway point. I just want to do that. We'll run our ad. If you know, we do an ad every day. And the ad's been run, and while we're waiting, I can't really tell you what's going on this week, because some of the things are secret. Or maybe I can. Maybe I can. So we got some Rob Jackson apps we're looking at this week. Leveler 2 and Simple EQ. That's happening this week. Maybe we're looking at this. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so we got a bunch of really cool stuff happening this week. I hope you didn't get surfed an ad. Ads suck, don't they? They sure do. So what was I going to do? Oh, yeah, I was going to go on a little mini rant. So in relation to film scoring, I do watch a lot of stuff on this process on film scoring, and watch a lot of YouTube videos of people in big studios trying to film score. Well, film scoring, that's their profession. I'm the one trying to film score. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just see things and I don't know, try and create tension. Tremor Bear, what's going on? Good to see you, Tremor. Leela, hello, Leela. Leela says, and Jenny, did I say hi to Jenny? And Zach, g'day, Zach. Did Leela say anyone else buy this app already? Yeah, I spent money on it. I needed it. But with film scoring, here's the thing: like, film scoring has changed over the years, and you can disagree with me all you want, but it has. Film scoring, if you go back through the ages of film scoring, it used to be very melodic. Yeah, lots of melody, lots of, no matter what the film, even if something was dark, it still had some kind of melody underneath. And I would say over the last 30 years, film scoring has changed so much where there's less and less emphasis on melody and big melodies, unless it's something like Superman. Yeah, I went and saw Superman recently at the cinema and, massive big score. But you expect something like that. You expect something like that from Star Wars, a big orchestra. That's a completely different story. But a lot of films these days are using things like minimalism, lo-fi textures, things that aren't actual real instruments. They're just samples and stuff that have been turned into instruments. And it's very minimalistic. You watch a horror film these days, and you're not going to hear these big sweeping orchestral things. You're going to hear sounds, noises, thumps, bangs in the night, all this kind of stuff. And luckily, we have something here called Soundbox. And the thing I've been doing with Soundbox to try and get ready to finish scoring this is get really stoned. I know, right? And then just sit here and just play stuff. Just go through all the sounds and try and find sounds that would be things like, this. That's probably not the right one. We're looking, I think it's Morphia. Yeah, things like this. And you come over here and we take out this motherfucker. All right. Now we bring our footage up. We'll go full screen there so you can see what's going on. Oh, something else I've also done here is I've connected my MIDI keyboard to be able to hit play and start playing. And I can stop it and I can go back to the start and hit play. All from my keyboard. So I don't have to keep tapping the iPad to play stuff in. So let's do that. Whoa. Where are we? We need to do this. Add a keyboard there. There we go. That's better. So. Because a lot of the time, this stuff has become simplified and really, as I said, minimalistic to keep room, right? Again, I think it's like, from what the things I've read and the things I've watched from people who do scoring is like recording music, right? So you want to keep space for every instrument. You want to be able to hear every instrument. You want to have space for the film. That's the most important thing. It has to go with the film, and it can't like overpower the film. You can't be a superstar when you've got to think in the background. You've got to think like the supporting role, the backup vocalist. You can't take center stage and try and make it all about you, because the film is what everybody's watching. This is meant to add texture and noise and emotion and swells of feelings and all that stuff. You're not the center stage. And for a lot of musicians, that's probably why we can't get into film scoring, because we're all a bunch of wankers who want everybody to fucking adore us. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea if that's, I don't think it's Toronto. I think it's a piece of art that was drawn. So, yeah. Laurie's Mishmash, hello. I didn't see you pop in. There's Laurie's Mishmash, everybody. And let me tell you, Laurie's Mishmash, boy, was Ivan Idea excited about your dad being on the show the other day. It got weird. Anyway, So getting back to this, there's some really so sounds like this. This is Morphia from Audio Modern. This is a part of their one of their packs that you can get for Soundbox. If we double tap. Even stuff like this. Yeah, why? Well, Dave likes them old. Even stuff like this. Let's come back over here. So the thing I'm trying to get across is if you're interested in scoring, it doesn't necessarily have to be about melody and your ability to play on a keyboard and play really complex orchestral stuff. It can be as simple as a one note. Again, a supportive role underneath, texture, let the sounds breathe, let the film breathe. That's the most important thing. Again, I know fuck all. But another good thing, let's open up ChatGPT and ask, if I was wanting to learn how to film score, where would be some great places to acquire video to practice? Thanks, ChatGPT. Do your thing. I should have gone for a 4.0. Oh, here we go. Look at this. So, royalty-free video sources. So, of course, I use something like, I'm using LumaFusion on my iPad to put together all of this editing stuff for my film. So LumaFusion has a really great royalty stock thing called what's it called? That thing, you know. So Pexels, Pixelbay, royalty stock free stuff. So there's plenty of stock free stuff out there to go and practice. Also, there's a lot of stuff that is outside of copyright. So Creative Commons, just going through here. Where are we? Come back here. Film footage, Videvo, so stock footage. These are just a few. You can do a deeper dive. YouTube, and you can find these things, download them, and put them in this video and practice creating this kind of stuff. And that's what I've been doing heaps of with this app. Now, am I trying to get to become a film scorer for other people? Obviously not. I don't have a resume or anything like that, but I will, because I'm making a film. And it's that easy too. Like I did ask, so here's another thing I asked ChatGPT. I've always wanted to apply my music creation skills to movie scoring. I have a wonderful library of cinematic sounds. Can you search for a plan to help me to begin this task with context, insider knowledge, and a timeline and plan? So here we go. Spotting the picture. Study how composers spot a film. So this is a thing, film spotting. Mark exactly where the music starts, stops, shifts, and mood. That was the one thing that was really cool about using Audio Pro, because it has SMTP stamps. If you know, you know, yeah? So basically I can come in to the video footage over here, and I think I can click on the actual channel. It is there. Or actually in the settings here, you can come over here and see with our video, You've got full video offsetting, and this runs in SMTP, so it timestamps exactly where parts are. That's the one really cool thing about this particular app. Unfortunately, it's broken, and I can't even get it to record MIDI notes from an external keyboard, so there's that. But it interests me that there isn't an app to do this so far. But study how to spot. Practice with public domain clips. So there is another way to do this. Public domain clips, silent films. Easy to do. Silent films are everywhere, and they're out of so they're in the public domain. There's no copyright. I know there's a heap of people who use that kind of stuff, but it doesn't matter what the stuff is. Go find it. It's copyright free, then play around with it and get better. That's the thing. Gear, workflow, portfolio. Building a short film and trailers. This says it's going to take me 3 to 6 months to do this, you reckon? Okay, whatever. Stage 32. So there's a group called Stage 32 and Mandy.com. And Shooting People, a local film school board, a gold mines for student filmmakers looking for composers. So there's places out there that you can find that and there's Facebook groups. I think this one here, Film Music Network on Facebook and Slack. Society of Composers. So there's a whole bunch of places you can join and just put up a clip of what you've done, and maybe somebody will pick up what you're doing. Jamie Mellender's one of the people who's inspired me to get back to finish my film and to get more into scoring, because he started a journey months ago trying to make music for video games. And, people told him he was a dickhead. He's already got his music in video games on Steam. You can buy them. Less than 6 months, Jamie Mellender has a paid gig doing his Cubase's noodles, his doodles, his music that he's made in a fucking game. And he's got more games to come. So the thing is, you can sit here and look at this and go, I could never do this. Bullshit. You can. It's with anything. It's how much you want it. I never thought I could make a fucking film, but I am. Is it any good? It's not for me to say. I like it. I think it's fun, but other people may not, and that's taste. You can't change that. There's no point getting butthurt about it or anything like that. It's all learning, but you can do it. That's the thing. It's extremely possible to do so. So where are my steps going next with this film? So I'm going to continue to do this and score and go through some of these wonderful sounds, and you're going to see a whole lot more wonderful sounds. I really love, let me show. So I'm not sure exactly what day we're looking at this brand new pack here. So let me just bring up this. So it's either tomorrow or the day after, but our dear friend Andrew over at Cinematic Alpha is about to drop this called Exoria. And this pack is huge. When you buy it, not only do you get one pack, you get 4 packs full of stuff, effects, and stuff like this, right? So I'm only going to play one of them because it's not out yet, but this is a Mars effect. Now, this kind of stuff was, I don't know, a few years ago when I started making my film, was not available. The libraries weren't available on iOS. On PC and desktop, Contact, man, there's so much great stuff. So much great stuff. It's ridiculous. But on iOS, it's been really hard until we got Soundbox. And yeah, sure, Soundbox kicked off and had a whole bunch of problems when it first released. I have had problems with it. I've tried to keep all my samples on an external hard drive. It worked for the most part. Unfortunately, my external hard drive that I use has other my external power supply, USB power board, has 4 hard drives connected to it. And if you know anything about USB and hubs, just a quick education. Just because a powered hub or a non-powered hub has 6 USB slots doesn't mean you can fucking use them all. Right? Can we get that out in the open? Because they bottleneck. They can only carry through so much data and send that through to their destination. So if you've got 4 hard drives plugged into it, right? Hard drives are classified as high capacity devices, like a web camera, yeah? So if you've got like 4 hard drives plugged into a powered hub, it's going to bottleneck. And if you've got external sounds that you're bringing in, even if it's an SSD and it's a really fast SSD, if it's going through something like a powered hub with other hard drives, it's going to bottleneck. So when it tries to pull the next sound, it's going to create problems. You're going to get weird noises and it's going to create shit. And ever since I moved everything off the hard drive back to my iPad, Soundbox has been a dream. So today's rant was more about a little while ago. I did a rant on finding other ways to get your music out there. Things like video game scoring, movie scoring, sync licensing. There's so many things you can do I've even been looking into, if you're a YouTube creator, you go to your YouTube Creator Studio, there's a section with audio music that you can use in your videos that will not get copyright claimed. I've even been trying to look into how to get my music up there. Unfortunately, they're no longer accepting submissions from, I think, 2 years ago. So there's that. But there are sync licensing. There's so many things. And this is one of those things. Why not? Why not have other avenues to try and make music? So there's that. I'm going to go out today. So these rants are just sometimes to get shit off my chest. Sometimes to tell you what's going on. Sometimes to explore other options in making music. You take it how you like it. That's what she said. All right. I'm going to go out today by playing a section of the movie. It looks like Pete's not doing a show today, so I probably could go over as long as I want. That would be rude. No, I'm not going to do that. I don't need to do that. But I want to go out and play one of the sections of the film. So in this film, give you the gist, they create a supercomputer. And the supercomputer gets smart. And at the same time, everybody buys these helmets, these robot helmets. Next is GarageBand Weekly. All right, so I'll have to change my thing. Let me do that now. I'm going to have to change my dump. We're such children, aren't we? Or is it's just me? No, it's not just me, because I see you all over the weekend repeatedly saying the word dump as you all dump each other to each other's shows. And you all giggle, so don't lie. We all love the dump. Let's add Pete's show on here so I can dump him, because I love dumping on Pete. And Pete's really into dumping. Where's his show? Pete Johns. I can't find him. GarageBand Weekly, there it is. All right, set for today, 10 a.m. There we go. All right, Pete's set for a dump. Good stuff. So I'm going to go out and play a section of this film. So where was I? So the film, let's just say it. We'll cut through. I don't want to give you all the ins and outs because I don't want to break little cool things that are in the film. The computers get smart and they use the humans as power and all the humans die. But the animals survive and the animals form a brand new culture with a brand new god. And the animals take over. So in this scene in the movie, this is where the animals choose their new god. Let's see if I can get it all lined up. So yeah, in this section, basically the animals come together, hold a high court, and decide that a cow will now become the new savior of the animal race, much like Jesus Christ. So this is that scene of the cow being summoned to be told the news that you are the new savior of the animals, and now go away and we will come and find you and nail you to a cross. Because it seems like the normal thing to do, doesn't it? All right. So, YML's on tomorrow. I'll dump you. So let's play this. This is the scene. I've explained it. Let's do it. Here we go. I'll see you tomorrow for whatever we're doing tomorrow. I don't know. All right. Do things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better. We'll all rise together. And this is the scene. Oj. Bye.